Hello, Social Goons. My name is Alex, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green. In today's video, we got a bit of a mandatory side quest to take care of. Now, this was only introduced for the Gen 3 remakes of Kanto, so this was not in the original. This was not in the Let's Go games. This is exclusively Fire Red and Leaf Green. So, basically, I believe these locations are called the Number Islands because they're all called 1 Island, 2 Island, and 3 Island, right? Now, the islands are having a bit of a PC problem, which is where Bill comes in, because he is the go-to IT person for this sort of thing. But he also has something for us to do, which involves a friend of his. Basically, we need to give him a meteorite. And we need to do this while Bill is helping set up the PC system. Because until this is actually fixed, we cannot swap out any members of our party. So, if you don't have certain HMs, well, tough shit. You gotta wait until this side quest is over. Sorry. Okay. Now, this is not a very long side plot if you know what you're doing. Like I only had to cut out like one little thing here just to I was doing this like from the main story thing. I wasn't trying to like go for anything else in here, but on one island, well, okay, so on one island, as in the island that we're currently leaving, you can get the HM for Rock Smash. It's in a hot spring area just north of the main Pokemon Center. And you can also find Moltres there. Originally, Moltres was found in Victory Road, but he was moved over to one island. So, yeah. And I also kept that Pokemon Center visit in just to show that, hey, the PCs aren't working. So, now, I was a little bit confused on where to go here for a sec, but something interesting here, though. Well, I probably should have mentioned this very earlier on in the playthrough. At least I think I mentioned it, but I don't really remember. But just to cover my basics, a lot of games in the series have what are called daycares. These are basically areas for you to for your lower level mons to gain a little bit of experience points. Like, let's say you want a Magikarp into a Gyarados. You can just leave Magikarp into daycare. You can walk around for a bit, and he will gain experience points. However, there's a catch. Moves will automatically be overwritten if you manage to reach a certain level threshold, and they do not evolve at the level that they're supposed to. So, yeah. Kind of a risk versus reward sort of thing, and it does sort of make you somewhat appreciate the experience share from future generations, like as in how it was handled and structured in that game. But starting with Gen 2, they introduced the concept of breeding, which is where you put two Pokemon of an opposite gender into daycare, and after some time passes, they'll have an egg. You can walk around with the egg, and it'll hatch into a certain Pokemon. Now, I never use it personally, But this is the only place that you can do that in Fire Red and Leaf Green, because it was not a concept in the original Gen 1. In fact, genders were a concept for Generation 2, and, well, I mean, like, you've seen that we kept that, right? So, anyway, back to the story for a little bit. We need to head over to 3 Island, which is where we are right now, and deal with some biker gang. Deal with some biker gangs on I can't talk tonight. Crap. And yes, I am recording this audio at like 8 in the evening. So yeah, it's about that time, folks. But you know, I can't say that I've had a bad I can't say that that my day's been bad, because I just spent it with like one of the most amazing people in my life. Love you, honey bunny. But anyway, so I decided to keep these battles in because it'd be somewhat of a short video, and well, there's not that many bikers you have to battle. Like, I think you need to battle 4 out of these 6, or like, was it 6? I wasn't paying too much attention. But anyway, so yeah, these guys are like nothing that we haven't seen before. Like, it's all just Grimers, Coughings, and whatever fighting type that is not Poliwrath, surprisingly enough. Yep, yeah, there's like 6 of them. Okay. Sometimes they'll only have one, sometimes they'll have like a few, and you know how it is. It just gets to that sort of thing. I ultimately don't No, I don't really like this particular plot line right here, because I kind of think that it slows the pace down just a little bit, at least in my opinion. But well, you know, and I mean, like, a lot of this is just stuff that we haven't seen. Well, a lot of this stuff is like sort of like a second verse, same as the first sort of thing. So, you know, it is though it is kind of annoying when like this shit happens. You have one little sliver of health where it should have been just gone. You know what I mean? But well, anyway. Though 3 Island is actually not a bad place to level grind, though. I will give it this. It is good for grinding specific Pokemon because of what is on Victory Road. Now, from my experience, Victory Road has a lot of Geodude, Zubat, not a lot of Golbats, not a lot of Gravelers, and, you know, just general stuff that gives out a fair amount of experience points for you to level grind. And I hate you, Weezing, because you did self-destruct and it nearly killed Nisi. But hey, she lived. Though I did have to switch out for Zeno because, well, I was not gonna risk it. No way, no how, sir. But yeah, like, I remember doing this a lot for Charizard, actually, because like there wasn't really a lot of Mons in Kanto's Victory Road that I could comfortably grind levels. So yeah, you will see them soon. You will see them soon enough, but for now, I just gotta get through this battle and storyline here. I don't have a drink on me. Crap. Anyway, I believe... yeah, that was the last biker that we had to fight. And one Pokemon Center visit later. And we are back to finding the little girl, which is why we're even here on this island in the first place. Now, you can take certain routes, but that's if you have the proper moves anyway in order to get past certain things. Oh, and also there's just like a random Pidgeottos here for some reason. Like, I guess like it was sort of a thing with a with a yellow version where you could just find a Pidgeotto in a Viridian Forest. Though I doubt that it's a callback to that, because I think there was like somewhere else in the game where you could find that, but I also could be completely wrong. So feel free to correct me down in the comments. But anyway, so yeah, we also got a double battle involving Clefairy with Choji and Natsu. Like, my boys got it in the bag. These kids are nothing. We're so overleveled by this point. But actually, this kind of takes a little bit of inspiration from the Dex entries. And oh yeah. We also have like insanely high leveled Bellsprouts in here. Like, I don't know why. I guess just wanted a ballasting because it was like a halfway decent experience, but yeah, I don't know. But hey, we got a max repel, so it's neato at least. But of course, we have one more trainer, and then we can actually get to the final stretch. Aroma Lady, though, I believe this was a class introduced in the Hoenn games, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and they would more often than not have a Roselia on the team, because it was a Rosemon. Well, Rosemon's a Digimon. Come on, dude. Actually, maybe I should do like a Digimon video at some point. Like, I had a bit of an itch with that franchise lately. Well, I mean, there's also a bunch of other things that I gotta do for other series, so oh well. And Airlace is putting in a lot of work on Natsu. Like, seriously, like, this dude has damn near seriously, this dude is damn near one-shotted most everything with Airlace alone. But yeah, so anyway, I want to say that Aroma Trainers will have flower Pokemon, generally stuff that makes like a sweet fragrance, given like their whole given that their whole shtick involves perfume. So that does make a little bit of sense to me. Now we get to the Berry Forest, which I believe is just assets from the Viridian Forest, but flipped, or not necessarily flipped, but like palette swapped. But so there are shortcuts with the cut HM, but I mean, since I don't have that right now, I kind of have to go through all this. And hey, yeah. You can encounter Venomoth in this area, and this is actually a pretty good experience for what it is. Like, yeah, it's like a level 37 at least, but I mean, like 729 experience is nothing to scoff at. Ugh, can't talk. So, yeah, like so yeah, you can see how the cut HM would have come in handy here, but since I don't have that, and it's more than feasible to beat it without using the HMs, I don't really feel that guilty. Oh, and there's also Weeping Bells in here, which is also pretty fun. I don't remember how much experience they give, but for Natsu, he may as well just be a at least 755. Nice. But anyway, but for mons like Natsu, he's actually pretty damn efficient. Oh, and for some reason, you can just dead ass find a Hypno in here, but like, I wasn't really gonna screw around with that, and well, oh yeah, and here I have a Venonat too, which is the only other place you can find it. You can find it in the route east of Fuchsia City, but I don't necessarily recommend that because, as far as I know, Venomoth is not a very good mon. At least from my understanding, it's not a good mon. But, well, you know. And I just keep getting into battles. So yeah, we've pretty much seen like everything. We've pretty much seen everything this island had to offer in terms of mons. But depending on what you have on your team, I would absolutely recommend coming here to grind for levels, because that's what I did a lot for when I had to go up against the Elite Four, at least to you know, get everybody up to snuff on levels and whatnot. But well, you know. Anyway, so we are. I believe I just surfed. Yeah, I surfed. Okay, thank you. Thank you, past me, for making this a little bit easier on myself. So you just go up to this little alcove. You talk to Lotus. I believe that's how you spell her name. Lotus. Lotassier or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, she has actually been kidnapped by a rogue Pokemon, which is Hypno. And this is kind of disturbing because it's based on its rather creepy Pokedex entry where it kidnaps children. I wish I was joking about that, but no, it's actually a thing. Though you should have no problem with this particular mon because, like, well, I mean, like, aside from poison gas, but I mean, like, that part's kind of whatever, you know. But I heard the phone notification also went off my laptop. Anyway, so yeah, so Hypno shouldn't really be much of a problem, but as soon as you're done here, you are immediately teleported back to 2 Island, where you have to give this guy the meteorite, and you can head on back to Bill. Though you actually do need to talk with him. This isn't something that just happens automatically. So, you know. Anyway, and we also get another Moonstone for our trouble, which makes 4, I think? 4 natural Moonstones that you can find in the game. There were 2 in Mount Moon. There was 1 over in the Rocket Hideout. And there was this one. I think that's all 4. If you were trying to get all of the Moonstone evolutions, which were the Nidos, Clefable and Wigglytuff. Clefable did get better as the generations went on, because of the fairy typing, but even then, it's kind of debatable. But Wigglytuff, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest with you. But, well, anyway. So, now that this little side quest is done, we can head on back over to the mainland and finish up our gym challenges. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Okay, at least there's that. At least there's that. You know, like it brings us back here. Oh, and also we now have the tri-pass. So, okay. So I also probably should mention this. So the tri-pass can let us use the. Basically, it can let us use a ship, so we can travel to the numbered islands again. Thing is, we can only go there by boat, and the only way that we can get there is if we go to Vermilion City. Now, I did go back there quite a few times to grind levels and to also get a few things off screen, but but I didn't want to subject you guys to that because, like, I mean, like, I wouldn't classify the channel as like a guide channel, you know, like that. I am just as dumb and clueless about certain video games as the other guy. So, God, I can't talk. But anyway, though before I leave, I just want to let you know that this week is basically the finale of the LeafGreen playthrough. This upload and 2 more days this week. We will be calling it an end for LeafGreen. I gotta say, I really had fun with this game, but I think I'll save my thoughts for when we actually get there. So, anyway, with all that said, thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. And if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and every little click helps out a lot more than you think. Until next time, Sociogoons, remember, reach for the stars.